Seriously athletic. JB, just in general, what stood out tonight, especially defensively, and just in this one?
I thought we did a great job of executing a game plan. Everything that we tried to get done, I thought we really got it done tonight. I thought we focused on it. Tried to make it as difficult on them as we could. Frustrate them with our effort, and I thought we were able to accomplish that tonight.
Evan take on the challenge of some bigger centers, especially with Jared out, but just especially in the last year, just the way that he's handled that this year so far.
It's growth for sure. I think if you think back to last year, what he did when he played at that spot, I think he was really good then. I think he's a really good basketball player, no matter what position you put him at. But he's a competitor, and I think sometimes, his calm demeanor can fool us. But I don't know anybody who has the fire that burns, hotter than his when it comes to competition. And he's not afraid. He's willing to take any challenge that we put in front of him. Embiid is, MVP caliber, one of the best centers in the game. And Evan went out and accepted the challenge.
With all that Caris has gone through for this quarter of the season, changing roles and the injury and everything, what did you see specifically tonight and just kind of the comfortability factor, especially for him?
The ball went in the basket, and I think that gave him confidence. But again, I've been watching him work, and you see, the energy he puts into it. We know what he's capable of, right? And then it's on us to put him in positions to be successful. It's just on his teammates to get him the ball in those positions, get him as comfortable as we can, and he's capable of doing these things.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. How much of the game plan that you were just talking about had to do with rebound and push? I feel like you guys were really beating them down the floor tonight a lot.
We know how good they are defensively. We know how hard it is to score, when you allow Embiid to set himself in the paint. So we were trying our best to get down the floor before he was there. And that gives us the thrust. It gives us the force that we need. Because they will make it extremely difficult if this becomes, a half-court basketball game, because they are that good offensively. So we were just trying to take advantage where we saw one.
Same thing that Kelsey asked about Caris. Kind of want to ask you about Isaac, because it seems like when those guys see the ball go in, easy buckets, down transition, whatever, it gets them going in a good place offensively. So what did you see from him on that end of the floor? And his effort tonight was tremendous. So.
Yeah, same thing. It's, we have very good basketball players and extremely talented guys. All of them the team and coaching staff and, front office continue to show belief in guys. And we believe in our guys. And, through their ups and downs, we're going to give them opportunity as long as they continue to work and do other things that can impact the game. And I think, again, at some point in time, it turns for all of our guys because they work extremely hard at it.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. JB, you've mentioned before about Evan in practice, like how much he really has in his arsenal that we don't always get to see in the games. And then you see these stretches like tonight where he just kind of took over the game for a little bit. As a coach, how exciting is it to see those things translate to the game action?
That's, it's what coaching is, right? It's teaching in order to see people grow and improve and get better. The sky's the limit for Evan. I think we've said that multiple times, but there's not a lot on the floor that he is not capable of. And, the more and more you watch him, and I think we've seen it, like he's been so much more assertive. And, he's been hunting opportunities. And, like when you allow his skill set with the hunter's mentality, he's going to be hard to deal with.
What did you think of Mamadi in the starting lineup tonight?
I thought it was awesome, to be honest with you. Like, he was a big part of what our game plan was defensively. And I think he went out there and he executed it to a T and was a huge part of the reason why we were able to play the defense that we did tonight.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Jimmy.
What's up, Chris?
What does it take to neutralize a player like Joel Embiid the way that you guys did tonight?
5 guys, and then 5 more coming off the bench. Guys that are just committed to, giving everything that they have and sacrificing, their man maybe scoring a couple times because we know we've got to do the job to take him away. A lot of times, and we don't talk about this, but guys can be selfish defensively as well, right? They don't want their guy to score. But I think it's a five-man job with the right mentality of, what are we trying to take away? How are we going to do it? And then how do we go out and execute it?
We talked to Caris this morning, and we talked to you pregame about Caris. Was there more of a concerted effort tonight to get the ball in his hands in opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, in that role, I think you have to, right? If he's going to be coming off the bench, I think you have to find opportunities for him. And it wasn't just from us. Donovan and Darius both recognized it. And, we had conversations during the game, and they were calling plays to get him the ball. So that's something I think that, again, that's part of this group's nature. But understanding how impactful Caris can be for us and what he's capable of and, how he can make their jobs easier. But I think they did a great job of finding him. And then, his confidence was growing and he was able to have a huge impact for us.
John Rutter, Sports Illustrated Media Group. Kind of piggybacking off of Danny's question with Evan kind of attempting some more threes here in the last couple of games. Prior to the season, he said that you're going to see me in different spots on the floor. Is that something that he's kind of worked into his own game, or is that something that you guys are trying to encourage out of him as coaches?
We want Evan to take all the shots. There's not a spot on the floor where we don't feel comfortable with him with the ball in his hands and the shot that he can create and take. We don't want him to be put in a box and be, short dimensions on his game. Like, we want him to flourish because we believe that's what he's capable of. So, those different spots you'll see, those are conversations we have with him. That's time we spend with him, working with him. That's him putting in the time on his own and, wanting to be the player that we believe he's capable of being.
Just the 3 defensive 3-second violations in the first half. Is that unique, or is that just something maybe a product of paying attention to Embiid and paint?
We wanted to be aggressive to shade towards him. And, we could do a better job of cleansing and moving ourselves. But, tonight with a guy like that, you err on the side of taking away the paint. I thought we did a good job of it.
Last two, Evan and then Chris.
Evan Damar, right down you. Well, JB, I've asked you about this several times, but you've said you've been waiting to see your guys play a complete game. Would you consider tonight a little bit of a step closer, at least, to playing more of a complete game?
Step closer. We still had our moments, but no, I thought they did. I thought they really did tonight play, both ends of the floor and execute what we were trying to do for the majority of the game. So I think this was, one of those games that we can look back on and reflect as that's the job that we're looking for in the game we're looking for.
And you had mentioned prior to the season that you don't want Isaac playing in a box offensively, not in the flow of the offense. Is tonight a good example of him just playing within the flow of things and just feeling a lot more comfortable wherever he's getting shots at?
Yeah, and it's like, he can play at a speed and a force, right? And we got to do the job of getting him the ball early so that he can run, he can attack, he can cut, he can attack closeouts. And then when he's open, he's got to take his shots. And, we know what he's capable of. Again, it's a lot of trust in that locker room from his teammates. And, if you don't give him the opportunity and don't have the trust and belief, guys don't succeed. So we're trying our best to give him that because we know what he's capable of.
Next one, Chris.
Do you enjoy defensive 3-second violations as much as the players seem to?
There's incentive behind it. Yeah.
Explain further.
No, it's one of those things where, you go back and you look at the history of time and the teams and how many, defensive 3 seconds teams get versus how many they take away, how many baskets they take away. So I've been for 2 years now, telling guys that we would like to see more of them. But, tonight we exaggerated and we got a few. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Evan, Dan, I'll write down you, but Caris, are you feeling more comfortable tonight? Just because, it's just doing the injury, like the game against Toronto was a little tough just for everyone. But like tonight, did you just feel like a little more comfortable in your new role for the team?
Yeah, I think so. My teammates made it extremely easy on me as well. Got me some easy ones in transition that got me going. But I think just overall it was a great team effort on both sides of the ball.
You had mentioned during the timeout of the videos that you're allergic to shrimp, but you still eat it. Why do you live on the edge like that, man?
I think I developed the allergy for it when I was in like middle school, but before that I was eating it a lot. So yeah.
It's something you missed.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Caris.
Doing.
What did Mamadi give you guys tonight?
Versatility, both ends of the floor. I think he was a great help side defender on Embiid early on. Offensively, he stretched the floor too, knocked down a couple threes. He ran hard in transition. It's all things that we know he can do, and it was great to see him get a chance tonight.
JB mentioned that there were a few times throughout the game where Darius and Donovan specifically called your number. When those things are happening, when your teammates are doing that for you, what does that do for you?
It just grows your confidence as a player, and those guys do that a lot. They're always looking out for me out there, always, trying to get me going. So it's definitely something that we're trying to work on and, playing together with 3 ball dominant guards like that. But I think we're finding our rhythm each game.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. How much of getting your confidence going is seeing it go through early? I feel like you guys got up and down the floor pretty well, and you guys were running a lot, so it's pretty much easy because you got to the rim.
Yeah, I think defensively it started it all off. We got stops, got in transition, got some dunks, got some layups, got the crowd into it early, and we just carried that energy throughout the game.
Caris, after a convincing win like this against an Eastern Conference contender, do you think the NBA should start taking you guys seriously after tonight?
Yeah, it's still early in the season. We're kind of focusing on ourselves, getting better each and every day. We know they had some guys out. We did as well, but it's always good to play your best against some of the best teams in the league. So I think this is a great game to build off of.
Yes, and also you mentioned that Embiid. You guys did a great job at limiting scoring opportunities for him. It seemed like the main game plan was surrounded as stopping Embiid. What was the key focus in limiting him from having a big game against you guys?
Team effort. Obviously he's a great player. So you kind of have to have all 5 guys on the floor locked into what he's doing. And I think we did that early on, kind of frustrated him a little bit, got him out of his game, and we carried that on for 48 minutes.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland comparison. Going with the stuff on the defensive end of the floor, it seems like you guys brought a lot of timely doubles on Embiid and then had to scramble a lot elsewhere. Just how difficult is that to execute at the level you guys did tonight?
Yeah, it was a great game plan, first of all. They kind of just put that in this morning, and I think we executed it to a T all night. I think we held them to 85 points or something like that. So that's amazing. We do that in the NBA level. But it was just communication all night, guys talking, guys helping one another. We got the job done.
You guys were called for, I believe, 3 defensive 3 seconds tonight, and each time whoever's on the bench kind of goes crazy. Can you give us a little insight as to why that is?
I'm gonna have to let you have Jay or Coach tell you about that one. But they're always encouraging us to be inside of the paint and kind of just let the ref call it.
Caris, you guys just passed the quarter point of the season. Do you feel like as a group you are where you thought you would be at this point?
I think for us, we try not to put too many expectations on anything. Try to work through it every day, try to get better each and every day. I think we're at a good spot right now. Obviously, with the game tonight, we played really well. But I think for us to take that next step, I think we got to play better on the road. Obviously, we're handling business at home. But as a good team, if you want to become a great team, you got to handle business on the road. And that's something that we're working through right now. Yep.
Okay, Counselor Zanelli, Caris, you kind of asked this. You can just ignore me. But how did you feel offensively tonight, just kind of finding a rhythm, especially like as you've been coming into this new role?
Yeah, I felt great. I got an easy dunk as soon as I checked in the game. I think that kind of got me going a little bit. And like you guys said, my teammates were looking for me all night, made it easy on me, got some easy, layups and dunks and stuff like that. So anxious to just keep it going.
What did more than those conversations with Darius and Donovan as they they looked to find you out there when you were on with one of them?
It's more so just like a feel, like an energy type of thing. We know when one of us has it going. And tonight it was me. They just kept finding me all night and telling me to just keep going.
Just curious mentally, you were talking about how much energy and happiness you had coming into camp. You're really healthy, had a whole camp with the guys. And then you got these knick-knack thing going on this year. But coming back and finding a rhythm again, how much did it do for you just from a mental standpoint to have a game like this? And it's obviously not easy when you have so many different roles you have to play for them.
Yeah, for me, I try to just stay even keel, regardless, playing good, bad, indifferent. So I think that kind of just helps me. Obviously it's good to play good and to win. But at the end of the day, we got another game in 48 hours. So obviously learn from this game, take what I can from it, and just move on.
Expert.
Source of the Athletic. Darius, Caris has obviously kind of had a crazy start to his season with roles changing and the injury and everything. What did you see specifically from him tonight in the way that he got going offensively?
Him being aggressive. He was looking for a shot, trying to get downhill, just being aggressive and being him. And we loved it. I know he did, just getting his rhythm back, making shots, seeing it go through the rim. I mean, his confidence is definitely building from tonight. So happy to have him back out there and being aggressive, being him.
How did you see Evan take on the challenge, especially tonight with Embiid, and the way that, in just a bigger picture, he's handled centers in the stretch without Jay?
I think he did really well, just battling and competing with the MVP candidate. I mean, it just showed his growth and his toughness and his desire just to be one of the best defenders in this league. So he just took the challenge and he stood up to it.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. JB's mentioned about Evan a number of times that there are certain things on the practice floor that he's able to do that haven't quite made it to game action yet, but it looks like they're starting to. Have you noticed him offensively starting to do more and being comfortable doing more?
Yeah. We tell him all the time, I mean, he can do whatever he wants on the offensive end because we know what he does on the defensive end. He has to get rewarded for that. So when he goes to his isolation game and pull-ups off the dribble, I mean, we love that for him. I think we see him make it all the time in practice, and we want him to start being more aggressive and taking assertive in his offensive game and just believe in it because, I mean, his package is crazy. So we want him to be aggressive and get more involved into the offense.
And defensively, you guys were bringing a lot of doubles at good times on Embiid and then having to scramble on the back end to filter shots at certain spots. How difficult is that for the full team to execute?
I don't think it's difficult. It's just communication and knowing like different spots. I think that's what we're getting a lot better at, just communicating on the floor. And I mean, basketball is just the game full of rotations. So just being in one position, just going to the next X out or next pass out, I mean, that's just something that we just do on the fly, and we just have to communicate that throughout the game. And I think we're doing a really good job of it.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Darius. How happy are you for Mamadi?
Super happy. I mean, he's been waiting for this opportunity for a while now. And he came up and played really big for us tonight. Had some really good minutes, played really hard. I mean, he helped us on the offensive end, defensive end. So just happy that he was out there just competing.
Why do you love defensive 3-second calls against you guys so much?
Because they don't call it. So, and that's what our bigs are supposed to do, is just stand in the paint. Officials don't call it. And when they do call it, it's 50-50 chance that they make the free throw. So, I mean, it's a win-win in our favor.
How surprised were you when you got called for 3 of them in the same game?
It's not a surprise. I mean, that's the official job. They're supposed to call it. So I'm glad that they called it, and I'm glad they missed 2 out of the 3 free throws.
Thank you.
Marcus.
Marcus Anderson with WZIP Akron. As great of a scorer you are already, you're becoming more and more of a facilitator for the offense as the season goes. You feel like you take a big leap in this offense and become more of a leader and more in charge of this offense?
I try to pick my spots. I think I am the leader of this offense. Just trying to put guys in the right position, try to get them in scoring positions where we can be successful as a team. But, I mean, yeah, I guess you can call it that. I mean, I'm just trying to play my game, pick my spots where I be aggressive, and when people help, I just try to get my teammates involved so they can make the easy play or make the next play. So that's all it is, just trying to fill the game out as a point guard.
Last 2, Evan, then John.
Evan Dammer right down equal. Darius, for a guy like Isaac who's kind of struggled a little bit to find his shot at times, how good did it feel to have him connect on that lob pass with you in this game? Just a lob pass. I mean, it just brought excitement. But Isaac's going to go get it regardless. No matter where I throw it, he's going to go get it. So it's cool just seeing him super excited, super hype. And, just seeing him building his confidence as the season go on too is super fun just to see. And you guys are 9-1 at home this season. What gives you guys such a strong edge when you're playing here? The fans, in my opinion.
They bring a lot of excitement to the game. They're always in tune. They know basketball, so like they calling out plays from the stands and everything. So it's super cool just to hear that. And I mean, when we make a run, I think it's really because of them, because they're so engaged and just bringing in so much excitement. And when we do something like a lob pass or like a three from Jetty or something, like you feel that energy, and that just carries on to the court and carries on with us. So I think it's the fans that's just having our back, just bringing all that energy to the floor.
Last one, John.
John Rutter, Sports Illustrated Media Group, just kind of following off Evan's question. Just how much do you enjoy throwing that lob pass for an alley-oop? I think some of the more animated times that I can remember seeing you on the floor is after you've hooked up a teammate. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's just bringing excitement, really. I like seeing my teammates succeed. So, I mean, whenever they score a bucket or something, I'm going to get excited. I mean, just the lob pass just gets me more excited. I mean, the crowd like dunks. That's what we're literally known for, alley-oops and threes. I think that's what we're starting to become. So, I mean, you feel that energy when the lob pass is connected. So just getting that energy, getting the crowd involved is super dope.
That's gonna be it, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Darius.
Thanks, Darius.